Welcome to the Informed and Oblivious podcast, episode 10. I am Sauced Up Phil, and this is Slightly Stoned Raymond.
Yay!
As for the topic today, where to begin? There's so much going on with the world again, and we're going to talk about a whole lot because normally I want to talk about more specific things, but there's been so much going on lately that we kind of got to address it all. But before we go into that stuff, for everybody out there, happy Flag Day, happy Army 250th birthday, happy No Kings Rally, and happy birthday President Trump, and happy June 14th and early Father's Day.
That was a lot of days.
Yeah, I know. But before we jump into more, folks, as always, if you like what we do, give us a follow. Give us a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, and Rumble. There's a lot going on.
That was a lot of days.
Yeah, and it feels like it's the middle of winter today. So
Yeah, it's slightly chillier. It's fine.
No, but yeah, I had to get everybody together all in one thing so I could piss everybody off. So the main two real things today, though, it is Flag Day, in case you didn't know.
I don't even know what Flag Day is.
Celebrate our flag.
But it is just the day to celebrate flag? Is it our flag specifically or like all flags?
No, our flag.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think you could look it up, but June 14th might have been when Betsy Ross actually made the flag.
Okay.
Hence Flag Day. And I think that's also June 14th is also the actual birth of the U.S. Army.
Okay. Commemorates the adoption of the United States flag by the Second Continental Congress in 1777.
Okay, so not when Betsy Ross made it, but I love that Betsy Ross made the flag. And now she's got a bridge. You make our flag and we give you a bridge.
There you go. We give lots of people bridges.
Yeah. Okay, so that's when they adopted it. And then when was the actual birthday of the U.S. Army? What was the founding day of the U.S. Army? Also, ooh.
Yep.
Yeah, also June 14th?
Yep. 1775.
Yeah.
Versus 1777. So the Army was first.
Duh. The Army came before everything else here in the country. That's why next year is the country's 250th birthday, and this year is the Army's 250th birthday. Which just happens to be Trump's birthday too. That's why they're going nuts about the military parade that he's doing. They're like, "Oh, it's for his birthday." No, it's literally the day the Army was founded. It was founded 250 years ago. If any other president was in right now and it wasn't their birthday, they'd be like, "Yeah, it's a celebration of the Army and its 250th birthday."
I mean, I believe that he'll probably take advantage of the fact that it's also his birthday somehow.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No doubt in my mind about that. But the military parade itself has nothing to do with that.
Gotcha.
I'm sure he'll bring up his birthday during the whole shenanigans. So we got that going on. Then we got the No Kings protest / mostly peaceful riots going on across the country. Although if you're on the East Coast like us, probably not, because it's been raining all day and people don't go out and protest in cold and rain weather. You know what I'll finally get behind one of these fucking protests? When they're out there in the middle of winter and it's -20 and they're out there protesting, then I might pay attention to somebody's cause. If I see you protesting on a nice, beautiful, sunny 80-degree day, bitch, you're bored.
I saw one clip of the protests / riots, whatever. But I mean, there was like it's just like a mostly aerial snapshot of like the LA area or wherever it was. And there was so many people, like it looked like ants covering the streets. I'm like, don't these fucking people have jobs?
They do. They're getting paid.
What?
Yeah, they're getting paid to protest. and this one's not.
Oh, okay. That
Yeah,
is okay.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This one's
I thought you meant like their jobs were like, yeah, go ahead, protest. We'll keep
no,
paying
no,
you.
no, 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 no. They're well, a lot of it are fund babies who
Hmm.
like already like don't need the money. A lot of it are people that are living off the welfare system. So again, they don't need a job. They've got the money funded. And then a lot of the agitators are paid actors in these protests. And this isn't even like a conspiracy theory anymore. We've had the websites up where like they're paying for it. There's been people that are from the Communist Chinese Party paying for these shits and whatnot because it's creating instability.
Hmm.
And they're paying these guys pretty good money too. I think somebody told me that like one website was offering these guys that like as long as they're there and they don't get caught, they're going to get paid $20,000 a week.
Jesus.
A week. And you have to not get arrested. That's the only condition. You go out there and not get arrested after it's all said and done, they'll pay you.
You want to go riot?
Right? Fucking crazy to me. I'm like, it looks like fun.
But yeah, I'm looking at all these people, even if it is peaceful protest, which, whatever. But, like, there's just so many people out there. I'm like, how do these people have time to fucking do this protest?
Well, it's in LA, and now that it's getting towards the weekend, people are off from work.
I mean, this was earlier this week when I saw that in the middle of the week, though.
Yeah,
like,
people just get bored, man.
In the middle of the week, in the middle of the day.
People get bored. People take a sick day. Again, like it's a lot of moms. It's a lot of trust fund babies. Again, it's people that don't have anything else to do. They're bored. We're like, let's go do it. Let's go hang out in the park and burn things. Maybe steal a couple things. Light a couple Waymo cars on fire. Fuck it. Who cares?
Couple.
Well, at least 5. I never saw a statement from Waymo. I wonder how they feel about that whole fucking thing.
I'm sure they're not happy.
Well, they're at a weird spot because I think Waymo's Chinese run, right?
I don't know.
I think they're Chinese owned and operated.
No, I saw something that they're complaining because it's like 5% of their fleet in LA. So, like, it's hurting them significantly. Those things cost like $600,000 each.
Oh, yeah, they ain't fucking cheap. They're not cheap at all, and they're using it as kind of like testing that whole network. I think the city that has the most of them right now is San Francisco. San Francisco started the whole thing.
Mm.
They're all over the place there, and they look horrific, and I would never hop in one. They're covered in like so many fucking sensors. It's crazy, and like I've seen videos of them getting stuck in shit, and you're just like, nah, I'm good. Because the car won't let you out either. So, like, if it gets stuck, you have to call their support, and their support has to remotely access the car to try to help you.
That's terrifying.
Because there's, like, a safety feature that it's not going to let you out of the car.
Huh. I understand not letting you in the car, but not letting you out is scary.
Yeah, because you're in the back, and it's, like, child safety things in the back of a vehicle, too. You know what I mean? If child locks are enabled, you can't get out. Somebody's got to let you out from the outside. So, same kind of deal.
If I want out of a Waymo car, I'm breaking the fucking window.
Yeah, they'll call cops. They take pictures of you the whole.
Yeah, I don't care. If I want out, I'm getting out.
Yeah, fucking crazy. But, so we got those No Kings protest going on, which, stupid. There's no kings in the U.S. All right, then, Guinness. Got Trump's birthday going on. We got Israel attacking Iran, and then Iran retaliating and attacking Israel. And then we got the Ukraine-Russia shit escalating as well. And then we got leaks coming out of Russia that they consider China an enemy, so that's also cool.
We're coming up on World War III.
Yeah. The world's so unstable right now. And again, like I want to talk about other stuff eventually, but it's just like everything's so hot right now. I feel like I got to address it. You know what I mean? Like it's just like crazy.
Some of the shit's changing so rapidly too.
Yes. I'm real interested to see how the Iran-Israel thing shakes out because right now we're like staying out of it. We're kind of like hands off other than like giving them like weapons and shit. But like, I don't know. I people are like think that one's gonna cause World War III. I don't think it will. I don't think anybody over there really fucking cares. I think there's a lot of countries over in the Middle East that are tired of Iran shit, and there's a lot of countries over in the Middle East and over here that are tired of Israel's shit. So I think they're just gonna let them duke it out, and then like whoever wins wins.
We'll see.
Yeah, as long as they leave the ships alone over there. That's the shit that pissed us. That's why we got involved in the first place. Hamas was over there fucking rocket striking, or the Houthis, not Hamas. Hamas is Gaza, right? The Houthis are the Iranian backed rebels. The Iran fights like proxy wars by funding all these militant groups, and then they do the fighting, and they're basically pulling the U.S. and go, "I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you." Yeah, but you funded it, but I'm not touching you. You know, the same thing that we're doing with Ukraine right now. If like Russia's like, "Hey, you guys are involved. Oh, they bought our weapons. Anybody can buy our weapons. Can we buy your weapons? No. No, you can't buy our weapons, but anybody can. Just not you and China. But yeah, so the Houthis were attacking like container ships and whatnot in I believe that's the Suez Canal over there. That's over by Egypt. That's like the whole like Nile, like going from the Mediterranean down to the Red Sea, I think, and then like basically you're like bypassing the whole like having to go out of the Mediterranean and like around Africa. You just cut it straight down.
Okay.
And we build that whole like it's a major. That's like the Panama Canal of the Middle East. Basically, it's a major cargo hub. Mm. And if you attack that and disrupt it, it causes huge issues. So they started attacking cargo ships. As the U.S. goes, don't touch our boats. And we went out there and we fucking fucked them up. And that's what started that whole Signal Gate thing too, where they're like, "Why is the head of the defense department on Signal?" Like the whole Signal chat thing was us bombing the shit out of them of like, "Leave the fucking ships alone." And they're like, "Okay, we'll leave the fucking ships alone." So as long as they do that, I don't think anybody's going to really get involved. And right now, like we're so standoffish on both Iran and like Israel, we don't really care.
Yeah, for now.
But I will say the Israeli strikes have been crazy. They're so precision. It's nuts. I still saw that. Like, so they attacked nuclear sites, which seems like they may or may not have done that much damage. They attacked their nuclear scientists, and they attacked top military people in their country with such precision that they shot rockets through like walls of apartment buildings and blew up the guy's bedroom, but like damaged nothing else with the building.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts to see. You're like, oh, okay, I guess I had a good intel on that one. Because, like, it's not even like, you could see if it came down through, like, it went in through, like, I think, like, the second or third floor. So, like, they knew the floor to hit, and they hit it precisely. And it's just like, how the fuck do you do that? It's awesome and scary at the same time. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, how the fuck? Like, what? Like, this is the future of fucking weaponry.
Yeah, 1 second you're there, and hanging out at home, and the next you're gone.
Yeah, so then Iran launched a series of rocket attacks on Israel to overwhelm their Iron Dome there. So the Iron Dome has a limited capacity system to it, so it will block a lot of rocket attacks. But if you overwhelm it with numbers, you're not gonna be able to do it. So they overwhelm that system, but the problem is with that, it's not like Iran has infinite missiles.
Yeah.
So you could do that once or twice, and then you're going to be out of arms. And then who's going to supply you? China? China's not going to do that shit right now. They're already in a dicey position with us. They start funding that shit over there. Fucking like, we're going to be like, hey, buddy. Remember that trade war thing we got going on still? Yeah. You might have given us those rare earth minerals, but you're still giving us fentanyl, so now double fuck you. So China's not going to do that right now. Fucking Russia can't help them out because Russia's fighting their own fucking war. So I think they're going to run themselves out of fucking missiles, and then Israel's going to strike the shit out of them. And the real worrying thing right now that I'm not sure about because nobody's listening to us anymore is I'm worried that Israel goes to go in there and we tell them cut that shit out, and they go fuck. Because like we've been able to rein in like a lot of nations for like a long time, but now it's like It's hit a boiling point where everybody's just like, fuck it, we're gonna fight. We're gonna sort this shit out. Like we've had peace for too long. Time to do World War III and reset everything, and we'll see who's on top. Then we'll have fucking Pakistan and India duking it out. We'll have Russia and Europe duking it out. We'll have Israel and the Middle East duking it out, and maybe we'll have us, Canada, and Mexico duking it out.
Hmm.
I would love the North American United States. They're like, fuck you, that's fucked up. Listen, Mexico's taken 3 L's from us.
Damn, dude.
like I don't think they're ready to take a fourth. I don't think Mexico's going to step up. But if they do, like, honestly, like, it's a lot of restraint that we have right now from not just going in there and being like, you basically allowed an invasion to happen on our border for the past fucking 2 decades. We're just going to go down there and sort it. Because if we went and took Mexico, right, and then we just had to defend the border of Mexico and whatever the fuck Central America countries right underneath Mexico, I don't know what the fuck that country is. Look that shit up. What's the country very south of Mexico, and how long is that border? Because I want people to understand how little of a border that is for them to protect. Yeah. What's that country down there connected to fucking good old Mexico? Guatemala?
Guatemala, yeah.
Guatemala, and what's the other one right there?
Belize.
Belize?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, fucking them motherfuckers are lucky we don't go and just take over all of Central America there. And what's the purple country? Is that Panama?
El Salvador.
El Salvador?
Honduras, Nicaragua.
Wait. Which one's El Salvador?
Purple.
Oh, no, I meant the little thin strip country down there.
What, this one?
No.
This one?
Yeah.
Panama.
Yeah, that's Panama. Honestly, we'll leave El Salvador. El Salvador could be there on its own. They're doing pretty good right now. If they want to join us, we'll allow it. They're pretty chill. But we should really just roll into Mexico, take all the way down through to Panama Canal, put a fucking border wall there with Colombia, and call it a fucking day. Because Colombia, Venezuela, all those fucking countries there, Guatemala, they're all coming up through Mexico and flooding our fucking country. That is the chain that they're running through. Like that's where they're all fucking coming from and funneling through. We just take Panama, put up look up the mileage that the border between Panama and Colombia is, like how long that is.
$211 miles.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
211 miles. Bro, you know how easy it would be for us to defend a 211-mile border? Now look up what the current border between the U.S. and Mexico is, so you have a comparison of how fucking ridiculous that is.
More, I'm sure.
Oh, way more.
Uh, 1,954 miles.
Yeah, so we would have to defend a border a fifth of the size.
A tenth, really?
Yeah. If we went down there and fucking took over everything all the way through to Panama, done. Dunzo. South America, you're fine. Fuck that shit. No more Central. I don't even know why there's a Central America. It's bullshit. It's just the connecting point between North and South America. I don't even know why we denote that. And I could say that as somebody that defends Central Jersey heavily. Fuck you guys. There's no Central America. You're just the fucking bottom tail end of fucking North America. I don't care what anybody says.
All right.
Come on, man. It's like a strip of fucking islands there, basically.
What are you looking at me like that for?
I don't know, man. I think it'd be great. I'm not worried about Canada. Canada's fucking pussy shit. And I'm sorry to all our Canadian viewers. All none of you.
You're not sorry.
I'm not sorry at all.
You should be, but you're not.
Should I, though?
Yeah, I don't agree with anything you said in the last 5 minutes here.
Listen, we're the number one country in the world, baby. And you know what the number one country in the world has done historically? Had the number one empire in the fucking world. Where's our empire? I'm just saying,
Oh,
I'm tired. I'm tired of all the people saying that we're acting a fool. I'm like, if you want the U.S. to act a fool, we will act a fool. Like there is no imperialism that we've done. Yes, we did the whole Manifest Destiny thing, but 90% of Manifest Destiny was purchased land. We didn't conquer shit. We purchased the whole Louisiana territory from France for I think it was like $20 million. Then when we got over there to California, we purchased in the beginning the bulk of California from Mexico. Mexico was hurting and they needed the money, and we were like, we'll buy it from you. And then we had a dispute with Canada where like the northern territories were, and then we settled that through like treaty. People think like we like went out there and conquered those territories. The only conquering we did was stop the fucking the Native Americans from killing settlers out there, but they were killing each other too. So like it's not like we went into this like civilized structured country and said that's ours now. We didn't pull a fucking Rome and go like across like all of Europe and be like, that town looks nice, that's ours. There were a nomadic. There were basically nomadic tribes going around in the western part of the country fighting each other for fucking centuries. That's how they operated out there. There were warring nation tribes that fought each other, and they came and went, came and went, came and went. You know where the more civilized Native American tribes were, and I don't mean this as in like they were savages. I hate that shit. It's stupid. Civilized in terms of technology. The more civilized Native Americans were on the East Coast. So we lucked out like motherfuckers. We landed in the one part of the country where the people had gotten to agriculture. We got corn from the fucking Native Americans. They were planting crops. The ones there. The ones out west were not doing that. They were hunting and gathering tribes still. That's what they were doing. They were living in fucking teepees that they moved around. You know why we don't get taught about the teepees out here on the East Coast? Because they were fucking growing crops. They were living in building structures. They were like akin to us. That's why there's no like great like what the fuck were these guys doing? And the reason why like those tribes kind of like came and went out here, we didn't really kill them. We kind of assimilated with them out here because they're like, hey, you're cool, we're cool, fuck it, let's make money and get along together, and we did. Like that's just like fucking when people are like, oh, the country was so racist during slave times. Yeah, in the South, but up north we were all getting along just fine. Like that like integration had already happened here in the Northeast. Like we lucked out so hard landing where we did in the country. If we had landed on the opposite coast first and then came over here, we wouldn't have sent more people because they would have just all been killed. And that's what happened to a lot of the early Spanish settlers that like landed in Texas and formed those missions down there that were basically like church forts. They got decimated constantly. So like when you go to San Antonio, they have the five missions, which are like some of the oldest like Spanish missions that were there. So the Spaniards would come over, they would plop down a church, plop down walls around, and then try to grow crops, and they would get constantly killed by the Native Americans everywhere. So like they would plop down a mission, the people would get wiped out, the next ship would come over, and they'd be like, that's kind of weird. And then they'd start building in like where it was, having no clue what happened to the people because they were gone by then. Like the animals picked them clean and the carcasses were gone. And then they would also get killed. Like that was the cycle that was there. That was like with this shit they're talking about like, oh, like California and Texas are like stolen land from Mexico, and they're like the settlers settled Texas illegally. You know the history of like Americans and foreign nationals settling Texas initially, like with the whole like Alamo time period. You know what that was? That was Mexico wanting to put a buffer of bodies between them and the fucking Comanches, because the Comanches were ruthless and just decimating people. And if there weren't people there in Texas, they started pushing south into Mexico because they're like, hey, these guys got nice stuff over here. And like they were fucking brutal because like much like how Genghis Khan did it, being able to fire arrows from horseback. When we brought horses over here, which aren't native to North America, fun thing by the way, when we brought horses over here, the Comanche learned how to not only ride them, but fucking fire from horseback. And you know the thing that settled that and fucking was the great equalizer with the Comanches firing from horseback and us like evening the playing field. You know what technology that was?
What?
The revolver.
Uh,
Until we created the revolver, we couldn't effectively combat them on horseback because what would happen is our cavalry would ride up to where they were at. They would have to dismount the horses, pull out their rifle, load it, point, and shoot. And by the time that's done, they've already fucking shot 5 arrows at you, and like you're lucky if you killed 5 of them. So the Mexicans, what they did was they put out a thing to Americans and foreign nationals. Hey, come settle Texas. We'll give you like all these rights and privileges that you don't have in America because at that time point in America, it was kind of rocky. People weren't too happy with the situation that was going on, especially a lot of like the Puritans. They're like, we're getting a little too like not Christian over here, so we're gonna fucking go over there. So that's why you have like a large like Germanic population over there in Texas that moved because of that whole thing, and then they're getting killed by the Comanches. But they don't care because they're like, we're free, we're settled over here, we're just going to do our own thing, fucking we're great. And then they had a revolution in Mexico. The Mexican government fucking changed hands. That's when Santa Anna came in and the whole Alamo shit. And they were like, actually, you're not Mexicans and we want a fuck ton of money from you. And they were like, no. And because there were a bunch of expats from like the U.S. and whatnot, the Alamo happened. They sent out like a word to the U.S. government for help, like the U.S. military to help. The U.S. government at that point could have stepped in at any point. They didn't. They allowed the Alamo to happen and then get helped. And then they used the sympathies of look at these ex-Americans getting decimated by the Mexicans to justify going in there and taking fucking Texas because they wanted Texas. So, government black flags where the government wants the black flag. But, so the Alamo went down horrendously. And then they came in, they took over Texas. Then Texas, for about 2 years, became its own independent republic and then merged with the U.S. Because the Americans freed Texas from, like, Mexico. And then they're like, you guys want to join us? And they're like, nah, we're cool. And then some other shit happened, and they're like, actually, can we join you? But we want to keep a clause in that we can leave at any time. They're like, sure, whatever you want. You do that. And that's why they've got in their constitution that they can vote to leave whenever they want. That just gets, like, brought up. But, like, we get taught, like, Texas, like, they were their own, like country for a long time. It was 2 years. 3 years. Like, and you could Google that one, too. How long was the Republic of Texas a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Do it, not Jamie.
I didn't know it was a thing.
Did you not pay attention in history?
Fuck no.
The fuck, man.
History is the only class I've ever had to take twice.
Jesus Christ. Well, they do say that those that don't learn from history are doomed to
Close
repeat
to 10
it.
years.
10 years? Okay, so I'm a little off on the time frame, but it wasn't that long. Like, it wasn't that long a time. Fucking Texas. But yeah, so again, so we get Texas. So Texas was one of the few territories that we got in Manifest Destiny through war. The rest of that shit was just we purchased the land. Who owns this shit? We're buying it from you now. It's like, so we never really empired out, you know. We never had that whole fucking phase that the great nations of the world do, and that's why the left's always like, we're turning into a far right country. You'll know when we turn into one because we're going to start an empire. Historically, every far right nation starts an empire because despite what they say, fascism is not far right. Fascism is a different leftist ideology. The real fucking far right ideology are fucking authoritarian theocracies, more or less, a la the Holy Roman Empire,
Okay.
a la the British Empire. Hitler was just an exception. He wanted to conquer because he was all methed out. Listen, man, like I think he would have been completely fine if he had just gotten like the lands that he had, like that Germany had lost through the different wars, if he gotten those territories back, if he wasn't on meth. If they hadn't had him pumped full of methamphetamines, I don't think he would have went like in the rest of Europe as hard as he did. Now, the Kaiser and stuff before him, definitely fucking right wing. Those parties were definitely right wing. Hitler, kind of, but not really. Starving artist with a weird mustache. The Democrats loved him at the time. But yeah, I don't know. I play too many Civ games, I guess. I'm just like looking at like I'm like, God damn it! Like we are so fucking tolerant. It's like that. It's like the big dog that gets like bitten and yapped at by the little dogs all the time, and just like sits there and takes it. Like that's America right now. Like fucking, we don't have to. Like if we really wanted to, we could just be like, all right, we're settling this shit right now, done deal. And despite their posturing, Canada and Mexico couldn't do shit. They could not do shit. The rest of the world would try to intervene, but they have to cross oceans to do it. And guess who has the first, second, and third largest fucking navy? Us.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like, we're gonna come over, but try it. Fucking try it. Like good fucking luck. Try it. And again, folks, I'm not saying we should do these things. I just like posturing about these things. But it is really like, if we wanted to do Manifest Destiny 2.0 and be like, we need to unite from north to south as all one United States, we could fucking do it. Easily. Easily. Like, where do I walk? You good, buddy? No?
He's a cat. He does what he wants.
Made a little noise there when he jumped down.
Yeah, he makes dad noises.
Is that too high for him to jump down from up there?
No. When he jumps up and down and shit, and makes little dad noises. It's funny.
But yeah. So the real reason why I'm posturing that right now is because World War III. I don't think we're going to get involved in the way that people think we are. Sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to tap on the mic, folks. I don't think we're gonna get involved in the way that people think we are, where we'd get involved in a European conflict or a Middle East conflict. I think we're gonna start our own conflict over here, and I think shit's gonna pop off. And I think if they try to draft people for some World War III conflict, we're gonna be like, no, homeland conflict. That, or we're gonna go to war with China. One of the two. One of the two is going to happen there. Like, I think the good? Do I smell good? I don't think the homeland sentiment is enough behind getting involved in either Europe or the Middle East, but I think there's enough sentiment here to get involved in a war with China if we went to war with China.
Yeah.
So I think World War III would be Europe fighting each other, the Middle East fighting each other, us fighting either Canada, Mexico, or China, or all three. We have the capability to do all three. And then Australia just chilling. It's weird because like Australia was involved in World War II. People don't really realize, but they were involved in the Pacific Theater because the Japanese was touching their boats as well. And they're like, that's not cool. Stay the fuck away. But right now I'm like, maybe they go to war with China with us because I know there's some tension there, but I don't think Australians care enough to get involved in fucking European politics at all. And then India might fight India, Pakistan, or India, China because they're also skirmishing. And then Europe, surprisingly, might be Russia versus most European powers and Germany, and then Poland. Poland's been gearing up like a motherfucker. One of the biggest like buyers of our weapon systems right now is Poland. Poland's like, we're not getting steamrolled a third time. They're like, we've seen this twice, not happen a third time.
Good for them. Stand up.
Yeah, or we're gonna see sleeper cell caliphates fucking pop up and attack too, because that's the big thing that they're saying with Iran right now. They're saying that Iran has massive sleeper cells over here in the U.S. that, like, when Biden was in charge and everybody was just flooding over the border, that they came over and flooded the country, and then fucking now we have sleeper cells that we got to worry about with all this stuff, which we don't got to worry. We don't live in a city. If you're in a city, be concerned. But if you're in a city, just be concerned anyway, because you might be in for Summer of Love 2.0.
Yeah.
The mostly peaceful protests. Fucking assholes. I love that shit. Those fucking Waymo cars were on fire, and the reporters were on the ground. Like, you know, it's mostly peaceful over here. Just people watching the cars on fire peacefully. And they were saying this, like, as more people were coming over and setting more cars on fire and tagging them. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, what the fuck? Like, and folks, you might be there peaceably, sure. But if you stick around when that shit goes down, you lose all credibility. Because here's the thing. If I go to a peaceful protest and then some shit breaks out like that, you know what the first thing I'm doing is? I'm getting the fuck out of there. I'm not sticking around and watching it. Oh, isn't that cool? They're lighting shit on fire. I'll be like, I gotta fucking go.
People are going to be coming with sandbags soon. I don't want to get hit by one.
Be like, I got bills to pay. I'm not trying to get a charge right now. Like, I'm out of here. So, like, if your protest does nothing to stop these people either, like, I don't believe you at all when you're like, yeah, we're here peacefully. It's like, no, if you watch them do that and don't stop it, you want to do it. You just don't have the balls to join in and do it with them. So
I saw one clip of a cop car had a smashed window, and they're sitting there hitting it with the stocks on their nightsticks. And all the comments are, oh, see, look, they're damaging their own cars. I'm like, no, they're clearly trying to knock the window out so they can drive the fucking car away. It was already smashed.
Yeah, you can't see out of it.
All the comments, yeah, why am I not surprised that they do it themselves? I'm like, they're not. Fucking idiots.
It's already broken. They need to get the car out of there. Like, yeah. Just throwing rocks at vehicles and shit. Like, which I'm sorry. Like, the with the stuff going on in the LA thing, they had the guy there that, like, was throwing these massive bricks at cars. If I'm driving down the road and you're throwing a massive brick at my car is going to be a massive brick at you. Because, like, dude, you could kill people that way very easily, especially at the speeds that they were going coming down that road. Like, don't throw bricks at cars, people. It is super dangerous. Even small rocks at cars is super dangerous.
Yeah, they're throwing, like, almost cinder block size shit off bridges at cars.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And not everybody coming through there in those quote unquote unmarked vehicles are fucking ICE and police. Because people forget there's a lot of civilian vehicles that look like unmarked vehicles. That's how they get away with it in the first place, you know? I can't tell you how many times going down the highway, I look behind me, I'm like, oh shit, it's a Stady, and then it's like some soccer mom coming down. So, like, just because you're in a white SUV or a blacked out SUV doesn't mean that that's a police vehicle, people. So, like, please don't just attack random vehicles. Don't attack police vehicles either, but especially don't do it with the unmarked, because you don't know if an unmarked is actually unmarked or some, like, normal person going down.
Yeah, especially if it's older shit. They fucking they put all that shit up on auction and random people just buy them. So
You yawning over there so much for though?
I don't know. I'm tired. I don't know why I'm tired.
Why are you tired, man?
I don't know.
I thought that hit would have woke you up, man. What you sleepy for? The missile is sleepy and eepy over there.
I don't know. I'm here. Shut up. Keep going.
I would, but, like, every time I look up at you, you're yawning. It's making me have to fight the urge to yawn, dude. That's why I gotta ask. Because you're over there fucking like, don't
you worry about
and
me.
I'm like, oh my God, stop. I gotta sip more of my coffee now so I don't freaking yawn all over the place. But, yeah, I don't know. There's so much conflict going on in the world right now. It's
did you see
nuts.
the one police chief or whatever in Florida?
Yeah, where he's like, if you come out and play, he's like, we will notify your next of kin where to pick up your remains. I was like, that's some cold shit, dude. I love Florida. Florida's like, fuck around and find out. They're like, we're not playing down here. He's like, If you want to come out and protest, that's fine. Do whatever, that's fine. That's your right. He's like, you start lighting some shit on fire, we will fucking like put you down and notify your next of kin where to find you.
I forget exactly what the bit leading up for that was, but it's something like, yeah, if you do this, you're gonna go to jail. If you hit a cop, you're gonna go to the hospital and then to jail.
Hold on, I'm gonna look this shit up. It was so funny. Fucking, I'll look at the fucking exact transcript of it.
Yeah, dude was on point. Like the one guy who said, if you get your house broken in, dude down there, he's like, you can shoot him. As a matter of fact, we prefer you to.
Yeah, here.
Demonstrations turning Republican governors had to run down protesters if they feel threatened. And the sheriff of Brevard County warned of.
You spit on us, you're going to the hospital. And if you hit us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead.
Fucking cold.
We kill you graveyard dead. Like, put extra emphasis on like how dead you will be. Another county in Florida, I remember years back, put out the statement of like, if you get a home intruder, if you get a home intruder in your home, don't shoot him once, shoot him twice. Because he's like, it's less paperwork for us if they're dead. Yeah. And he's like, and if you have an issue with that, we offer a shooting course. I was like, oh my God, dude. Like, Florida is polar opposite of California. They're just like, fuck it. People break the law, you kill them. And we're like, oh, all right. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that, but I think it's a lot better than the alternative of we're not going to do anything at all. At least, down there, they're like, what'd you do? What the sheriff told me to. I shot him twice. The double tap. Once for good measure.
You right there? Are you spitting out a tooth?
Yeah. Well, like sucked in a beard hair. It was gross. It felt weird. It was like your cat when he ate his own hair earlier. But, in more lighthearted news that I saw today and that I was listening to earlier today, I don't know if you heard, and we'll completely topic shift here for the rest of the fucking podcast, because fuck the world burning. It's going to continue to burn. We'll talk about it through the whole summer. I'm sure it's going to continue.
Yeah.
Did you see that Vail let go of their CEO and now brought back the old CEO that started the whole Epic Pass thing?
I did not see that.
So, Vail's been struggling a lot, especially this past season with all the strikes and shit. Yeah. So they brought back their old CEO, and the markets seem to be like, okay, this is great, because the guy basically 10x their stock during his last run. But I don't know how he's going to do for their reputation right now. But Vail is struggling in a way that if they have one more downturn year, they're going to have to revamp their mountains and the way they do things.
Mm-hmm.
Because in addition to all those protests and the fact that they're barely keeping themselves afloat, they also had 2 major lift failures due to maintenance issues.
Ooh.
So because they weren't spending the money on maintenance, they had 2 lift failures where people ended up hospitalized because lifts just fell off.
Eee.
Yeah. I
don't like that.
No. But I do like the fact that Epic is getting the thumb screws to them where they might actually improve things, because they've been garbage quality. And it makes me want to get the Icon Pass in the area, but dude, I don't think there's enough Icon mountains around us.
Yeah, I don't know. We'd have to look into it.
I really hate that Epic has Whistler Blackcomb, because I'd love to go to Whistler without it just being a part of the Epic mountain system. But yeah. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do for a snowboarding mountain trip this year, but I'm leaning on the side of maybe just not doing Epic, go with some different mountain this year. I want to do Big Sky one year. I think Big Sky's Icon though.
Okay.
I showed you that in Montana. Did you see Big Sky, Montana?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they also lost the thing that made the Park City even worse, by the way. So like, not only did this new chick that they brought in previously, not only did she not like really grow the North American mountains, she lost 2 North American mountain contracts specifically over there in Utah.
Oh.
So the reason why the Park City thing was so bad is because they lost the other 2 mountains in that area. So every epic pass holder was going to Park City.
Gotcha.
And then all the people traveling there for vacation as well, combined with it was a holiday like weekend when guys went on strike. Like, I don't know. It was nice to watch a long video about everybody else hates fucking Vail Mountains too. And it sucks because I like their mountains. It's just like the way they run them is just straight dog shit. Especially in Lake Tahoe. Jesus Christ, dude. Heavenly was so bad.
Yeah, that was rough.
Anything but heavenly is what that mountain was. Jesus.
Yeah. It's beautiful there, but that's about it.
Worse lift lines than the Northeast, which is very hard to do.
Yeah, whenever that gondola wasn't running, which was more often than it was running.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. What did we wait, 4 hours that one day, more or less?
We called an Uber.
Well, yeah, no, that. But I mean, even then when we got the Uber over, we waited in the lift line up for like another 2-3 hours, right?
Yeah.
To then get in another lift line. Like, it was insane.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Like, how you don't have a contingency for that. But yeah, so I guess the problem is, so because they've been struggling financially, they haven't been reinvesting into the mountains at all, which is a mistake because you need to improve your mountains and your lift structure in order to get more visitors. If the problem is you have too many people going to your mountains, you need to improve your moving capabilities of people on the mountains. Because besides out here in the Northeast, like every other mountain out west has the terrain to facilitate the number of people that they have. What they don't have is the lift capability to facilitate it. So if you get more lifts out there, you could get more people moving on the terrain and it's not a problem. Or you get better parking, like better busing to the parking too, like whatever you have to do. You move more people, you'll get more visitors. It's easy. In Northeast, you don't have to worry about it. Like, we all know what we're getting out here. Like every mountain is max capacity all the time. Like, there's no like, you know what I mean? You show up here to a mountain on the weekend, like, you know what you're getting. Nobody's under the illusion
You're in
here
a crowd.
of like, yeah, there's and here it's not even like the lift capability. It's just there's not enough terrain. So like you basically have everybody on the equivalent of the bunny runs on the mountains out west on a mountain here. And you're like, okay, is what it is.
A lot of dodging, folks.
Yeah. That's why so many championship skiers from the East Coast for so long. Because if you could ride ice and dodge people out here, you can fucking do anything. Stop yawning.
I'm sorry.
Why are you tired?
I don't know.
You slept so much. Stop being a sleepy boy over there. Jesus Christ. I should have called you Sleepy Raymond at the beginning instead of Stoned.
Well, the second one probably doesn't help.
You need to get. Did you get yourself some sativa yet?
Yeah, that's what's in there.
And you're still sleepy?
It doesn't wake me up. It ain't caffeine, dog.
The S in sativa is supposed to stand for stimulated.
Yeah, well.
And indica's into couch. What do you mean the caffeine? You got it in the fridge right there. Do you not have soda?
I don't. It's empty right now.
Get yourself some Mio.
Hmm?
Some Mio or something. Don't you have caffeine in your Mio? Isn't it caffeinated?
And one of them, sure, but we're almost done. It'd be kind of pointless now.
Yeah, but I want you to wake yourself up anyway because we got a game after this anyway. Well, we're going to game after this.
Who says?
Are you going to go to sleep?
No, we're in game. I'm just fucking with you.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But yeah, I want to start thinking about snowboarding season again because 'tis the season to start planning that shit out, folks.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely have to dedicate an episode to that once we get our plans as to what we're going to do. Not dates, in case we get any creepy stalkers out there. but definitely we'll talk about what we're going to do for the trip, and if we got enough people with enough interest at some point down the line. I would definitely be down to like put like a vlog from like us like on a snowboard trip up there.
And be bringing cameras for sure.
Yeah, because it's a lot of fun. The mountain's a lot of fun. The restaurants and towns around them are a lot of fun. And if you guys are ever looking to go do a big mountain trip and you have the means, fuck anything here in the States. Go up to Whistler, Canada. If you can only afford to do a big mountain trip once in your life, save that money, go up to Whistler Blackcomb in Canada. Not only is it the best mountain I've ever been to, I've been there
Agreed.
3 times now, I think. But the mountain town is the best mountain town that I've ever been to. It's amazing.
The whole Olympic Village there is great.
Yeah. The people are super friendly. You have everything you need right there. It is like the complete mountain experience. And the mountain is so big, folks, you can go there many, many times and never see the whole damn thing. And you get to snowboard or ski down a glacier. As long as you can do a T-bar.
As long as you're okay with being dragged up the mountain on a T-bar.
Well, you didn't get dragged up, right? We did it.
But we watched people. Everybody's cheering them on. You can do it. And they're just getting snow in their face.
Yeah. Yeah, well, nothing makes you, like, not do that more than watching somebody else get dragged up the hill. You're like, ooh, I don't want that one to happen.
No, I did it. It was fine.
I hate the T-bar. It sucks. They say it is easier if you do it with another like snowboarder, but I don't see how. They say if you just bear hug each other going up, that it is easier, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to try that one.
Probably a little bit awkward for us because I'm goofy.
What do you mean?
We'd either be ass to ass or we'd be kissing.
No, wouldn't it be perfect because you'd be facing the opposite direction? Yeah, it would work. So we'd be like, we would be able to bear hug it out. The other way is awkward, like because if you're too regular footed, one of you's got to go up the wrong way.
One's the little spoon.
No. It doesn't work that way. You have to face each other. So like one person would have to go up the wrong way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, there we go then.
I'm still not doing that though. Sorry, buddy.
You don't want to hug me all the way up a mountain?
No, I'd do it with skier. Some ski bunny up there. I'm sorry, lady. This is the only way I could get up there. You sit on that. I'm gonna sit on this half. And I'm gonna hug you. Don't make it weird. I've seen that though. I've seen that with like the skier and the snowboarder, like a buddy and his friend, and it works because the reason why it works is the skier is like counterbalancing the T-bar, so the skier sits on their half, which puts the pressure, which makes it easier to like keep you stable. Yeah. Because like otherwise you're dealing with the weird inconsistencies of the T-bar.
Because it's not like straight, yeah.
Well, not only that, but because like sometimes like with the elasticity of that rope, like sometimes you get a nice smooth pull up, and then sometimes that yanks you. And you're like, shit. But yeah, if you guys ever want to go somewhere nice, definitely go to Whistler Blackcomb.
Highly recommended.
One day we will go to Japan and snowboard in Japan. That's on the bucket list. And maybe one day to like Austria or Switzerland too. Although after my stint in Italy, I don't know how much I want to go over to Europe again. But
I'd like to try New Zealand one day.
We couldn't get in. They wouldn't let us in. No. Plus, I'm less sold on New Zealand and Australia. You know where we should go one day?
Mars?
No. New Zealand and Australia are not in our winter. They're in the opposing. Where we should go is Chile. There are some amazing resorts down there in Chile that I would love to go to one day. We should definitely do those. I'm going to have to send you some of those Chilean resorts because they're fucking insane. And that's something where we would have to go in like September ish period for them.
Their winter's a little bit ahead of ours.
No. Our summer is their winter. So you got to think.
Okay, so it's flipped.
So
okay.
yeah, so you got to think the ideal period for us is the end of winter, beginning of like spring transition, So the opposite of us to that is our fall. So September is like our beginning of like end of summer fall transition. So that's the peak period down there, you know?
Gotcha.
We could go in August too. August also works.
August Rush.
I don't know what that is.
It was an old movie.
Oh, you suck. But yeah, I want to go down to Chile one day. It'd be amazing. I'll have to switch on my Duolingo to learn Spanish.
It'll be a little chilly when you go down.
I want to get chili in Chile on a Chilean mountain.
You want to eat chili while being chilly in Chile?
Yes. I want chili maxed. and I want that chili to have chili peppers in it. If it doesn't have the max chili while I'm chilling in Chilean chili. Am I even chilling? I want to make a video of it and then like put put it online with like the caption.
Chilling with my chili in Chile.
Yeah, with chili peppers. The red hot chili peppers.
Did you know that fucking Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers voiced Donnie in the Wild Thornberrys?
Yes. Yeah, there's another famous person in the Wild Thornberrys too, right?
What do you mean?
I think that girl was like voiced by somebody like really famous too.
Okay.
Not just like a random voice actor, but like another like a famous like actor or actress.
Gotcha.
Just like Meg is Mila Kunis.
I just thought it was hilarious when I found out that it was Flea. I'm like, Flea doesn't do any other voice acting. How did he knew like the producer or the director or something like that. So they're like, hey, will you do this? He's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, why not? It's probably fun. Voice acting in it, like any of those characters, is probably really fun.
He just goes in there and the whole time, blah, 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 blah.
I'm no scat man. Oh, all right. So see, I told you, I chilled it out. Chilean chill. So, is there anything else you want to talk about this week?
No, that was kind of a weird one.
What?
We abruptly switched. It's a weird episode.
Well, you know, I gotta bring the people down at the edge. You know, take the edge off. But I forgot the veil thing was on my mind. I wanted to bring it up earlier, but you know, when the world's on fire, you cool it with snowboarding. But yeah, all right. So if you got nothing else, this was episode 10, folks. 10 episodes down. I can't believe it.
I believe it.
What a long, strange trip it's.
It's only 10 weeks.
A lot of time.
Yeah, I guess. Not for a podcast.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
10 weeks is a lot of time.
If you say so.
What? 2.5 months, man.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
We're almost done our first podcast quarter. I expect revenue reports.
It's going to be 0, 0, and 0.
The investors aren't happy.
I'm the investor. All the equipment is mine.
What do you mean? You didn't invest shit. You already owned it. What'd you buy? Nothing.
Now about the extra microphone.
What do you mean? You didn't have this already?
No.
When did you buy it?
A couple months ago.
Fuck you. But anyway, as always, guys, if you made it to the end here and you like what we do, give us a like, subscribe, follow, leave a comment, tell us how crazy we are, especially my expansion plan for Mexico. And you can find us on YouTube, Rumble, and Spotify.
I want PowerPoints of that next time.
Yeah, all right. I'll make charts. We'll make graphs.
Got to get one of those big the pointers on the stick. Smack the screen.
Yeah. I'll be like Charlie, and It's Always Sunny. Pepe Sylvia. This is Pepe Sylvia.
All right, thanks for listening, folks.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
See ya.